Hi everyone, Emma Davidson here from the Global Value Fund. GVF has just released its FY 2025 financials, and this is a 5-minute video that hopefully hits the highlights of those. The close of FY 2025 means the close of 11 years of GVF. That's 11 years being listed on the ASX, more than 11% returns every year, and 11 consecutive years of positive performance. I'm pleased to say that FY 2025 has been another great year for the company. Looking to the financials and the chairman's letter, the adjusted NTA returns came in at 15.8% for the year, and total shareholder returns came in at 19.2%, thanks to the share price tightening into a small premium. And with these once again steady Eddie returns, the board of GVF has declared a fully franked dividend of 3.3 cents for the half, taking the total grossed up dividend to 9.4 cents for the year. The chairman's letter also announces the AGM this year for the company, which will be held in Sydney on the 11th of November at 11 a.m., sticking with that theme of 11. Excitingly, we have Marius Charalambos joining us for this event. Marius will be here from the portfolio team in London. Sticking with the financials, and the statement of financial position now has the GVF profit reserve sitting at almost $68 million. Even if the company made no more profits from here on in, it would still be able to pay the current level of dividend to shareholders well into 2029. The franking account is looking healthy too, and given that we've had a good year in 2025. Another highlight for me in the financials is the portfolio manager's letter to investors. The letter is informative, it's articulate, and it provides a real insight into how Miles, Mark, James, and Marius think about the markets. This is the team that continues to be the driver behind the investing success that GVF has enjoyed. In the letter, Miles highlights the spectacle that is the US and how financial markets have been left with the unenviable job of untangling the hyperbole from facts. Miles reminds us that the roller coaster ride that was FY 2025, interestingly, had the US for the first time in 8 years underperforming the global or the rest of the world. And I think that was a result, quite frankly, of the significant weakening of the US dollar over FY 2025. Another highlight for me in these financial statements is the fact that once again, the discount capture element of the GVF strategy was responsible for 11% of the returns in FY 2025. GVF's ability to roll up our sleeves and unlock that discount value within the portfolio provides shareholders with a largely uncorrelated source of returns that investors can hopefully rely on. Seeing 11 years of these returns is now quite something. And as an exercise for the 11-year anniversary, we have added a third investor to our animated bench scenario. We've now added a child or a grandchild, and we've shown what the investment in GVF would have looked like if that investor 11 years ago had reinvested all of the dividends that have been paid out. As you can see from the graphic, if you had invested 11 years ago, you'd invested $10,000, your investment would more than have tripled by today. And we've also got a second scenario there, middle-aged lady, maybe taking half the income in cash and the rest in, she's reinvesting. And then finally, a retiree who has maybe taken out all the income through the GVF journey, and that gives you those 3 scenarios. Hopefully investors can agree that these are really good numbers worth celebrating, especially in light of the lower risk that GVF has run with. Thank you once again to all shareholders for giving us this opportunity. We simply wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.